Conscious Astrology, Planets in Bharani Nakshatra in Aries. Hi, and welcome to the Consciousness Podcast, where we explore ways to empower the human personality by combining neuroscience and astrology. In this episode, we continue our journey into conscious astrology, focusing on how to balance the dynamic interplay between cosmic energies and personal growth to better understand and harness the unique energies of the 27 lunar mansions. Today, we delve into Bharani Nakshatra, energized by the transformative and bold force of Aries, exploring its polarizing principles and strategies for conscious balance to restore holistic well-being. Overview of Bharani Nakshatra. Bharani Nakshatra, governed by Venus and symbolized by the womb, represents creation, transformation, and the cycle of life and death. Placed in Aries ruled by Mars, this nakshatra merges Venus's creative energy with Aries' fiery determination, fostering traits of courage, passion, and resilience. However, its polarizing principles can manifest as stubbornness, excessive intensity, or difficulty handling change. By applying conscious balance strategies, Bharani natives can transform challenges into opportunities for growth and alignment. Planetary energies and strategies for conscious balance. Polarizing principle, authority domination versus leadership, inspiring service. Channel the desire for authority into inspiring and uplifting others rather than controlling them. Cultivate self-reflection to temper ego-driven tendencies and foster inclusive leadership. Moon in Bharani, polarizing principle. Emotional overwhelm versus emotional transformation. Conscious balance, ground emotional intensity through journaling or meditation to process deep feelings constructively. Channel heightened emotional energy into nurturing relationships and personal creativity. Mars in Bharani, polarizing principle, aggression, destructive force versus passion, creative drive. Conscious balance, transform aggressive tendencies into passionate, goal-oriented action through disciplined physical or creative pursuits. Focus on long-term goals to redirect fiery energy toward constructive achievements. Mercury in polarizing principle, rigidity in communication versus adaptable expression. Conscious balance, balance intense communication styles with empathy and openness to others' viewpoints. Practice creative writing or storytelling to harness Mercury's energy for insightful expression. Jupiter in Bharani, polarizing principle, excessive idealism versus balanced wisdom. Conscious balance, align expansive ideas with practical applications, fostering grounded and impactful growth. Use Bharani's transformative energy to guide others through wisdom and mentorship. Venus in Bharani, polarizing principle, overindulgence versus meaningful creativity. Conscious balance, channel Bharani's creative energy into projects or relationships that balance pleasure with purpose. Practice gratitude to appreciate the beauty of growth and transformation in everyday life. Saturn in Bharani, polarizing principle, resistance to change versus structured evolution. Conscious balance, use Saturn's discipline to approach transformative processes methodically, easing resistance to new experiences. Embrace Bharani's life-death-rebirth symbolism to welcome change as part of personal evolution. Rahu in Bharani, polarizing principle, obsession with control versus embracing transformation. Conscious balance, balance the desire for control with acceptance of the unpredictable, fostering resilience and adaptability. Use Rahu's intensity to explore unconventional paths while maintaining focus on meaningful growth. Ketu, polarizing principle, detachment, apathy versus spiritual renewal. Conscious balance, channel detachment into spiritual exploration, using introspection to embrace inner growth. Foster meaningful connections to balance Bharani's transformative energy with emotional grounding. Conscious integration for Bharani Nakshatra, balancing passion and patience. Cultivate patience to complement Bharani's fiery determination, creating sustained growth. Harnessing creative energy, channel Bharani's intense creativity into transformative projects or personal healing endeavors. Embracing change as growth. View challenges and changes as opportunities for rebirth and renewal. Fostering emotional resilience. Use deep emotional processing as a foundation for stronger relationships and self-awareness. Closing thoughts. Bharani Nakshatra embodies the profound cycles of creation and transformation, offering dynamic energy for growth and renewal. By addressing its polarizing principles with conscious balance strategies, individuals can channel its intensity into meaningful achievements and personal evolution. This alignment unlocks Bharani's highest potential as a force for creative transformation and holistic well-being. Thank you for joining us on the Consciousness Podcast. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explorations into conscious astrology and its transformative applications. Until next time, stay attuned to the cosmos and live consciously. Conscious Astrology, Planets in Purva Phalguni Nakshatra in Leo. Hi, and welcome to the Consciousness Podcast, where we explore ways to empower the human personality by combining neuroscience and astrology. In this episode, we continue our journey into conscious astrology, focusing on how to balance the dynamic interplay between cosmic energies and personal growth to better understand and harness the unique energies of the 27 lunar mansions. Today, we delve into Purva Phalguni Nakshatra, flourishing in the charismatic and creative energy of Leo, exploring its polarizing principles and strategies for conscious balance to restore holistic well-being. Overview of Purva Phalguni Nakshatra. Purva Phalguni Nakshatra, governed by Venus and symbolized by a hammock, represents pleasure, creativity, and a love for life's luxuries. Anchored in Leo, ruled by the sun, Purva Phalguni blends Venus's sensual charm with Leo's radiance and leadership, fostering qualities of charisma, artistic expression, and relationship building. However, its polarizing principles can manifest as overindulgence, vanity, or difficulty maintaining focus on long-term goals. By applying conscious balance strategies, Purva Phalguni natives can align their love for life with purposeful action and meaningful connection. Planetary energies and strategies for conscious balance. Sun in Purva Phalguni. Polarizing principle, overbearing ego versus inspiring leadership. Conscious balance. Use the sun's energy to lead with confidence and warmth, inspiring others through shared vision and collaboration. Balance self-focus with humility, fostering inclusivity and mutual respect in relationships and endeavors. Moon in Purva Phalguni. Polarizing principle, emotional indulgence versus creative nurturing. Conscious balance, channel emotional energy into artistic or nurturing pursuits that bring joy and fulfillment to self and others. Practice self-care and set boundaries to maintain balance between personal needs and relationship demands. Mars in Purva Phalguni. Polarizing principle, impulsive passion versus directed energy. Conscious balance. Use Mars's dynamic drive to pursue creative or leadership goals with discipline and focus. Balance enthusiasm with patience, ensuring impulsive actions align with long-term aspirations. Mercury in Purva Phalguni. Polarizing principle, superficial charm versus thoughtful expression. Conscious balance. Use Mercury's communicative energy to express ideas with clarity and depth, fostering meaningful dialogue. Engage in storytelling, writing, or public speaking to channel mental energy into impactful and creative outlets. Jupiter in Purva Phalguni. Polarizing principle, over-idealism versus grounded wisdom. Conscious balance. Balance Jupiter's expansive vision with practical action, ensuring aspirations are achievable and impactful. Use Purva Phalguni's charm and charisma to mentor or guide others, fostering collective growth. Venus in Purva Phalguni. Polarizing principle, overindulgence versus harmonious connection. Conscious channel Venus's appreciation for beauty and pleasure into creating meaningful relationships and purposeful art. Balance personal enjoyment with acts of generosity and service to nurture deeper emotional bonds. Saturn in Purva Phalguni. Polarizing principle, stagnation versus structured creativity. Conscious balance. Use Saturn's discipline to provide structure for creative pursuits, ensuring steady progress and sustainable growth. Balance the need for stability with Purva Phalguni's playful energy, allowing room for spontaneity and exploration. Rahu in Purva Phalguni. Polarizing principle, obsessive pleasure-seeking versus inspired innovation. Conscious balance. Ground Rahu's intense desire for enjoyment in purposeful and ethical actions, ensuring indulgence leads to meaningful fulfillment. Use Rahu's unconventional energy to innovate in artistic, social, or leadership domains. maintaining focus on collective benefit. Ketu and Purva Phalguni, polarizing principle, detached apathy versus spiritual creativity. Conscious balance. Channel Ketu's introspective energy into creative or spiritual practices that align with personal growth and artistic expression. Balance introspection with active engagement in relationships and projects, ensuring harmony between inner clarity and external impact. Conscious integration for Purva Phalguni Nakshatra in Leo. Balancing pleasure with purpose. Use Purva Phalguni's love for life's joys to inspire meaningful creative and personal pursuits. Harmonizing charisma with depth. Align Venus's charm with Leo's leadership energy to build authentic relationships and foster impactful collaborations. Embracing creativity with discipline, combine Purva Phalguni's playful energy with Saturn's structure to bring artistic or leadership visions to life. Fostering emotional and creative resilience. Channel emotional depth and artistic flair into meaningful expressions that resonate with both self and community. Closing thoughts. Purva Phalguni Nakshatra in Leo embodies the harmonious blend of creative charm and radiant leadership, offering the potential for profound artistic expression and fulfilling relationships. By addressing its polarizing principles with conscious balance strategies, individuals can channel its gifts into personal growth, harmonious connections, and impactful contributions. This alignment unlocks Purva Phalguni's highest potential as a force for creativity, charisma, and holistic well-being. Thank you for joining us on the Consciousness Podcast. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explorations into conscious astrology and its transformative applications. Until next time, stay attuned to the cosmos and live consciously. Conscious Astrology, planets in Purva Ashadha Nakshatra in Sagittarius. Hi, and welcome to the Consciousness Podcast, where we explore ways to empower the human personality by combining neuroscience and astrology. In this episode, we continue our journey into conscious astrology, focusing on how to balance the dynamic interplay between cosmic energies and personal growth to better understand and harness the unique energies of the 27 lunar mansions. Today, we delve into Purva Ashadha Nakshatra, infused with the expansive and philosophical energy of Sagittarius, exploring its polarizing principles and strategies for conscious balance to restore holistic well-being. Overview of Purva Ashadha Nakshatra. Purva Ashadha Nakshatra, ruled by Venus and symbolized by a fan or winnowing basket, represents invincibility, refinement, and the power of rejuvenation. When placed in Sagittarius, governed by Jupiter, Purva Ashadha blends Venus's love for beauty and connection with Sagittarius's quest for higher wisdom and exploration, fostering traits of resilience, optimism, and charismatic leadership. However, its polarizing principles can manifest as overconfidence, self-indulgence, or an inability to accept setbacks. By applying conscious balance strategies, Purva Ashadha natives can align their drive for success with humility, emotional intelligence, and self-discipline for holistic growth. Planetary energies and strategies for conscious balance. Sun in Purva Ashadha, polarizing principle, overzealous ego versus illuminating leadership. Conscious balance, lead with authenticity and integrity, using Sagittarius's optimism to uplift and inspire others. Balance the desire for recognition with service-oriented actions, fostering collaboration and trust. Moon in Purva Ashadha, polarizing principle, emotional overextension versus emotional resilience. Conscious balance, channel emotional intensity into creative or spiritual practices that foster inner peace and growth. Engage in mindfulness and grounding exercises to maintain emotional stability and balance. Mars in Purva Ashadha, polarizing principle, impulsive drive versus disciplined action. Conscious balance, dynamic energy to pursue meaningful goals with focus and patience. Balance assertiveness with empathy, ensuring actions align with long-term aspirations and mutual respect. Mercury in Purva Ashadha, polarizing principle, overanalysis versus purposeful communication. Conscious balance. Use Mercury's intellect to articulate ideas with clarity and empathy, fostering thoughtful dialogue. Channel mental energy into writing, storytelling, or public speaking to share knowledge and connect with others. Jupiter in Purva Ashadha, polarizing principle, grandiosity versus grounded wisdom. Conscious balance. Align Jupiter's expansive vision with practical goals to ensure aspirations are realistic and impactful. Mentor others with a balance of optimism and pragmatism, fostering spiritual and intellectual growth. Venus in Purva Ashadha. Polarizing principle, superficial pleasure versus meaningful connection. Conscious balance. Use Venus's charm and appreciation for beauty to build authentic and supportive relationships. Balance enjoyment of life's pleasures with acts of kindness and emotional vulnerability to deepen connections. Saturn in Purva Ashadha. Polarizing principle, rigid beliefs versus structured growth. Conscious balance. Use Saturn's discipline to create routines that support personal growth and spiritual exploration. Balance structure with adaptability, allowing room for curiosity and self-discovery. Rahu in Purva Ashadha. Polarizing principle, obsessive victory seeking versus inspired innovation. Conscious balance. Ground Rahu's ambition in Sagittarius's ethical wisdom, ensuring goals align with collective well-being. Use Rahu's unconventional energy to innovate in creative, intellectual, or leadership endeavors. Ketu in Purva Ashadha. Polarizing principle, detached withdrawal versus spiritual purpose. Conscious balance. Channel Ketu's introspective nature into reflective practices that enhance spiritual awareness and personal growth. Balance detachment with meaningful engagement in relationships and projects, fostering purpose and connection. Conscious integration for Purva Ashadha Nakshatra in Sagittarius. Balancing exploration with focus. Use Purva Ashadha's desire for renewal and expansion to pursue meaningful goals while maintaining a clear sense of purpose. Harmonizing strength with flexibility. Align Venus's charm and resilience with Sagittarius's philosophical adaptability to navigate challenges gracefully. Embracing success with humility. Combine Purva Ashadha's victorious spirit with emotional intelligence and gratitude to foster harmonious relationships. Fostering emotional and spiritual resilience. Channel Purva Ashadha's intensity into practices that nurture wisdom, compassion, and long-lasting connections. Closing thoughts. Purva Ashadha Nakshatra in Sagittarius embodies the essence of resilience, optimism, and transformation, offering the potential for personal empowerment, meaningful achievements, and profound connections. By addressing its polarizing principles with conscious balance strategies, individuals can channel its energy into personal fulfillment, impactful leadership, and holistic well-being. This alignment unlocks Purva Ashadha's highest potential as a force for courage, refinement, and spiritual growth. Thank you for joining us on the Consciousness Podcast. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more explorations into conscious astrology and its transformative applications. Until next time, stay attuned to the cosmos and live consciously.